We have all had a first birthday, but for Koreans, first birthday is this amazing celebration that has traditions that run deep in the country's history. Korean first birthday celebration, also known as Dole, are very different in comparison to American birthday celebrations. I am a Korean American who has had a Dole birthday and have been taught about the traditions, and I have also had American style birthdays. So first I will talk about the history and symbolisms of the celebration and items needed. Second, I will discuss the attire that is traditional and how it differs from the American clothing. And third, I will tell you about the events that come with the ceremony and the differences between them and the American traditional birthday events. So let's start off with the history and the specific things needed for the celebration. The Korean one-year birthday celebration is known as Dole in Korea. This celebration came about because it was meant to celebrate a child coming so far. It was an adaptation from the 100-day celebration in Korean culture. This was because in the olden days, many children did not live that long, and if they did not make it to 100 days, and if they did make it to 100 days, then they would celebrate the child because they had a higher chance of living. The celebration also had specific food aspects that were important because of the symbolic meanings. They would have white rice, seaweed soup, also known as mukguk in Korean, and rainbow rice cakes stacked high to represent life's prosperity for a baby and longevity. Everything that this ceremony is supposed to represent how the child has lived so long so far and hopefully gives them a long life. This is a history of the birthday celebrations that date back centuries in comparison to American birthday that do not have many traditions that are still held. Korean birthdays are very different and very meaningful for each reason why things are done. So other things needed for the ceremony is special traditional dress wear worn by the babies. So the celebration, this is me at my Dole, by the way. The celebration has a specific attire as well that is just beautiful and amazing. The traditional attire is called a hanbok. This is a colorful dress with designs all over it, and there are specific hats that go with it, as well as shoes and coin purses and a couple other things. For girls, the hats are called jabowi, and for boys, they are called bokyeon. This is a celebratory outfit worn for this ceremony as well as others such as weddings. This is an outfit that is very traditional and differs greatly from that of American attire. Most of the time, American birthday parties do not have specific dress codes other than casual or formal. For Dole, it is very traditional to wear a hanbok, which dates back many years. This very traditional attire keeps us connected with the traditions nowadays and is something many other cultures don't do. Lastly, I would like to talk about the events that go along with the celebration. There are many different events that go with the celebration. One of the main ceremonies is the picking of items called doljabi. This is when multiple items such as a ball, pencil, stethoscope, or money is laid out in front of a baby and they pick one. Based on which item they pick will determine their future. Each item meaning something different, money equaling wealth, ball equaling athleticism, and pencil equaling intelligence. This is the most important event that takes place during the entire celebration and is taken very seriously by Koreans. This event is not seen very much in any other culture. Most Americans have never heard of it and it is quite specific to the Korean culture. So instead of blowing out candle, which most Korean Americans have adapted nowadays, but is not necessarily traditional, we like to pick our futures. But it is a very different event that is very common for Koreans and their culture. But we don't hit piñatas for first birthdays. We sometimes blow out candles. We don't smash the cake, but we do dolchabi. And Dole is a beautiful tradition that is kept alive with modern day Korean and Korean Americas. This is a look at how another country celebrates a baby's first birthday that is different than Americans do. Although it's very different than a typical American birthday party, they both are a celebration of life. It is filled with history, traditional clothes, and interesting events. Dole is not something I think everyone should do, but it's something interesting for people to learn about. Thank you.